Good morning. It's May the 16th, 2016. Time to kick off another week of trading. And as we open this morning, the E-mini and crude. Crude is higher. The E-mini is pointed higher, and treasuries are pointed lower due to the strength in the E-mini, which is so far being attributed to the price of crude oil. The economic news, starting from last Friday through the weekend out of China, showed tightening of credit. China's retail sales and industrial production were both lower than forecast. And there was several articles out over the weekend talking about how phony the Chinese numbers are anyway. Based on imports and exports, the Chinese economy is slowing. Supposedly they fired $1 trillion of new credit at their economy in the first quarter. And if they don't get the economic growth numbers they anticipated, and they haven't, then that extra credit was all for naught. So China, as every single central bank in the world is finding, is that they may have reached the point where new credit, low interest rates no longer impact the economy. We look at this market from a structure standpoint. The sell, definitely resistance at 131, 131.04. If we look at the London high right here, resistance starts at 29. So our first sell is 28 to the buck, maybe 27 to get in, then 31.03, 31.07, sell 2. On the buy side, I think we're pointed lower, headed lower, so we'll shoot for 17 to 21, buy 1. Then 9 to 13, buy 2. Empire Manufacturing Index, Manufacturing Survey, +7. Housing Market Price Index, 59. I think that's where it has been. 58, 59 is where they are. And that news usually doesn't have a big impact on the market. So the direction of crude, which is headed up, probably will take the ES with it. I think the first move in treasuries is lower, so we'll play it that way. Prefer the short side starting out, and we'll see if that develops. Don't think the news is such that treasuries will break, but I do believe they are pointed lower based on structure and market activity overnight. Okay, in the 30-year, last rotate up stopped at 21. We're currently at 13, so 16 to 20. Number 1 resistance. 23.27, sell 1. 31.03, sell 2. First little band of support. We're really at it right now, 8 to 12. Very, very tight. We got volume down here at 3, so 1 to 5, buy 1. 21.25, buy 2. I think it's going to try to trade lower. Got to get through 66.08.12 for that idea to develop. Gold is up. As we say pretty much every day, we can sell gold, but if somebody told us we had to make a decision right now in gold, we'd trade from the long side. We got resistance over here at 89. Have the spill from 86, so 84, 86, and make it 85, 87, sell 1. Got volume up here at 92, 90, 92, sell 2. On the buy side, broke it out in Asia and retested it in Asia at 77. We're at 84, so 81 to 79, buy 1. 76 to 74, buy 2. The euro. German and French bank holidays today. That usually dampens activities in currencies and treasuries and equities. So the DAX was up in Europe. All the other indexes in Europe were down. Asia was up off all that bad news out of China. And again, it just really the news, not so much a factor these days. Okay, we got a saddle potential right here in the euro. Sellers in the 1360 area. That rotate up stopped at 66. We had the spill from 78. And then buyers down here 113 even 113.10. So 1350 sell 1. 1375 sell 2. On the buy side 113 even 113.10. 1275 buy 2. And again, bank closures typically slow down the trading activity in currencies and treasuries, especially for your own nation. Okay, looks like we're headed toward Nancy's 50. Even Goldman, that's probably the biggest negative to Nancy's Prague for $50. That Goldman Sachs came out and said oil prices are headed higher because there's not as much crude oil in storage above the ground and production's being cut faster. The glut is disappearing quickly. Price of crude oil is headed up. Change their mind on a dime, and that's where we find ourselves. So on a 180-day basis, you can see right now we're above 47. I mean, there's no reason not to expect 50, and it's the next round number. It's like 45. We 40, then we said 45, and now it's 50. It's the way this market trades. So the first minor market number up is 47.52. And if we go back and look at our F1 screen, 50.66 is the low volume number. We're above that high. We had this HI high over here in the 48 and a quarter. Got this high way up there at 50.78. So 47, 50, 48 and a quarter. It's the next resistance point. So we are pointed up and stops above 50. So 47.50. 47.75, sell 1. 48, 48 and a quarter, sell 2. On the buy side, pretty good support down at 77, so 46, 75, 47, buy 1. That's very, very aggressive. And 46 and a quarter, 46.50, buy 2. That's not so aggressive. Crude oil trades up. Probably going to take the E-mini with it. Okay, the E-mini. Support at basically 35 to 40 is holding up, and we've got resistance pretty solidly above 75. So 35 to say 85 is a $50 range, and I'm kind of where we are. We've got all this volume up here, starting at 60 all the way up to 90. Looking at the F2 screen, I split Asia off. I'm going to fold it back in. So we got that round number at 50, and getting stops above the overnight session high is where we are. So 49.51, sell 1. 54.59, sell 2. On the buy side, 40.42, buy 1. And then 35.37, buy 2. Fundamentals say we should be trading lower based on all the economic news that's come out, but we're not. And the economic news out of China over the weekend showed that the global economy is slowing. And the biggest supporter of our market is the Fed. We know that. The biggest supporter of Japanese market is the Bank of Japan. The biggest supporter of the Chinese market is the government, leaning on everybody. You can't sell short. You can't write up bad economic reports. And when things get tough, they will buy stocks also. So we're just, the central banks of the world do not want stock markets to sell. That's it, plain and simple. Okay, it's going to take about 15-20 minutes or more to get caught up on everything. I'm going to get busy on that. I will be back with you as soon as possible. See you in a bit.